Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming, basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
At The Greater, we're always on your side. We've got this winning lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact The Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union.
Welcome everybody to Bar TV's Match of the Round. Today we've got Waratahs supposedly hosting the Hamilton Hawks, undefeated. We're at Hawkins Oval, however. The wet weather out there in Newcastle today has been absolutely torrid, so we're at the outer ground of the Hamilton Hawks home ground. However, it is a Waratah home game. Riddle me that. My colleague here today, Jimmy Gardner.
Yeah, thanks, Gareth. Well, looking at the sky, you would know 5 hours ago that these grounds were drenched, would you? Certainly some blue skies now. The wind has, the weather has broken, thankfully, but they're certainly wet underfoot out there, particularly in that cricket pitch area. It's going to be a bit of a slop, which will be nice and make things nice and tough for the type 5, particularly come scrum time. But yeah, as you mentioned, the two informed teams of the competition. Hamilton unbeaten after 8 rounds, and Waratah dropped their first game to Premiers Wanderers, but since then have gone on a great run of 7 straight victories. Unfortunately, the Tars cut a lot of key men out today. I think that is the only thing sort of taking a little bit away from this clash, but certainly one that should produce plenty of highlights.
Yes, definitely, and we had the good opportunity and good fortune yesterday under the cloud of rain. Coach Scott Coleman came into the Bar TV studios and had a bit of a chat with us. Here's what he had to say before the game. As usual, before any Hawks game, we've got Coach Blubber Coleman and his coaching staff with us. How are you, Scott?
Very well, thanks, mate. Very well.
Big game this weekend. Everyone's been talking up Waratah's chances. Now they've come good in the latter stages of the first part of the season.
Yeah, definitely. They're really crept up the ladder and one of the hard teams. So, yeah, it's top of the table clash again. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got that question. It took me a while to get it out. Now, anyway, who are your danger men this week? You've got a couple of new signings. Tell us about them.
Probably our danger would be Eric at the back there. He's really finding his feet at fullback and starting to find some space. Sorelli, he's electric on the wing and also comes in broken field, and he's awesome. Rob Smith in the middles, he's dangerous, and Keelan's got an awesome kicking game.
You talk about Eric Vasakikakaku. I'm lost with the V's. Yeah. I'll just call him Eric. He's got a monster arm, hasn't he? He's like an octopus when he puts it out there.
Yeah, definitely. Holds the ball like he's back on the island. But, he's strong, and he's got spiders on him, the boys say. He's hard to tackle, and he seems to be just gliding through and not running hard and seems to find a lot of space.
Well, he's on the island at the moment. It's Hamilton Island. So how are you guys going to take on Waratah tomorrow?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm not sure. Just as long as the boys are having a carver session at the moment. So hopefully they stop tonight and we get switched on and ready to go for tomorrow.
What are we doing here then? Let's get to the carver session.
I'm having a rest. I've got babysitting duties. Although it's not babysitting if it's your own child, is it?
I'd put it down as babysitting. No, it's definitely a chore. I'm kidding. All good. And for Waratah, who do you find their danger men?
Oh, mate, they got a lot of danger men. Peterson's electric out wide. Carl Manu straightens a lot of the attack up for them. They're 5'8". I've watched 2 of his games and he looks very dangerous. Their number 8's awesome. And, a lot of their forwards are big. And if you don't go low on them and stop their momentum, they can be dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous indeed. We covered them last week. They are a team that brings a lot of physicality to the game. How are you guys going to match that?
Yeah, probably fire with fire, to be honest. That's one thing that we're not too worried about is the physicality. Our guys are pretty up for that, and we've got a lot of old heads in our side as well as some enthusiasm with younger guys, so the physicality isn't one thing that's going to worry us too much. And with this rain, I definitely think it's going to be a lot more of a slogfest than we originally planned.
Yeah, very good. You talk about the big man in the Waratah side, the big man in your side, Bakaric. He's one that certainly impresses, and he's certainly he's a monster.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of our biggest, that's for sure. But pound for pound, he definitely can hold his own. He's as far as his scrummaging, he just gets low and makes it hard, which is going to be hard for the Waratah scrum because they're a very high scrum. So that's one advantage I think we'll have there. But what he lacks in size, he makes up in courage, and his heart's as big as anything. He runs all day, and he's probably one of our best support players playing in a prop jumper, so it's pretty rare.
Yeah, he always seems to snavel a try out of something, doesn't he? So who do you think's going to be the leading try scorer for you guys tomorrow?
Probably Vasagotti. Fisso, he's probably one of our best. He sniffs out a try. And there's Eric or Sorelli. Both of them two have always back up and can finish off a try from anywhere. They've all got pace.
Yeah, very good. But I think tomorrow defence will do it, and plenty of open-minded thinking attack. Is that how you're going to play?
Yeah, definitely. Defence is what we've been working on all week, line speed and chopping. But yeah, we've got a few not secret, but a couple of new plays that we've come up with this week, and hopefully the guys can go through them with the wet. But yeah, we've got a few new things we're going to try and throw at Waratah that they haven't seen yet.
Yeah, very good. With me right now, Scott Coleman. Thanks very much for your time, Scott. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Pleasure.
Yes, and that was Coach Scott Coleman, better known as Bubba, to the rugby fraternity around Newcastle, always with wise words of wisdom for his team. And Jimmy, I'll tell you what, he rated his chances. He rated his side's chances in defence and fitness. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, on the evidence the last few weeks, it's very hard to doubt him, isn't it? They've certainly been the form team of the competition. Defensively, more so than I think, what I've been impressed by them. They're very good at slowing play down. When they do get their defensive line disrupted, they're very good at attacking that breakdown, slowing down the cycle, which gives them enough opportunity to set. And their one defence has been outstanding in their line speed. So, yeah, on the evidence of that, it's certainly going to be a tough task for Waratah today. I would have liked to have seen Hayden Pedersen have a crack at them. He certainly gives the Waratahs a bit more explosiveness at that outside centre position. He's not there today, but it gives an opportunity to another player to come in. It probably takes a little bit away from their punch, but they've still got enough game breakers in this team, Waratah, to cause Hamilton some troubles. You look at Dane Sharrett, who we're about to listen to at the moment. You've got Carl Manu, the young winger Chase Hicks has got some real wheels, and Tim Riley at the back is the best gap finder and hole runner in the competition. And up front they've got Pala Palupa and Josh Afawa. So they've certainly got some elements in their arsenal that can cause Hamilton some problems, but they're going to have to be on their game.
Yes, well, it is the top of the table clash, and as you mentioned, Hayden Pedersen is out, but we did get another game breaker before the match. We had a chat to Dane Sharrett, the South African import for the Waratahs, and here he is now.
Ready when you are, Garrett.
With me right now, Dane Sharrett, fly half for the Waratahs, South African import. How are you, Dane?
Yeah, good, and you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Where are you from?
From Cape Town in South Africa, yeah.
Yeah, right, where the Sharks are.
No, it's where Stormers are, Western Province.
I mean the actual Sharks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's sharks there. There's quite big sharks there, yeah. Don't do much swimming though, so...
No worries. And how have you found your trip so far?
Yeah, enjoying it a lot. It's a lot similar. People are a lot more friendly here though. So enjoying it.
And what are you expecting from the game today?
It should be a good game. It's top of the table clash. The pitch is looking in good nick, so it should be good. Tough one.
Good nick. It's been raining for 3 days.
Yeah, but it is looking. I was out there earlier. The pitch itself, like the cricket pitch, is it's a bit wet, but the rest of the field looks good.
Yeah, cool. And who are your danger men today, apart from yourself?
In our team, everyone. I'd say everyone. Yeah, everyone can bring it on the day if they want to. So it'll be about playing together though as a team today.
And how's your kicking boots today? You got them on?
I hope so. Yeah.
So 20-point haul then?
We'll see. No, I haven't had one of those. Have I? Nah. Yeah, no, we'll see.
Only a goal kicker keeps his own tally, mate.
Yeah.
All the best today. Hope you have a good one.
Cool. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
See you. Awesome. Thanks, mate. Yes, and there he was, the fly half from South Africa, Dane Sharrett, out to cause a few problems here today in this match of the round. We've got the Waratahs taking on Hamilton here for the greater NHRU competition, as we see the reserve grade, the second grade fixture just finishing up now. So we'll have a quick chance to go through our teams. The Hamilton side, front rowers, Peter Bakaric, Fave Silla, Chris Pusey's the hooker. Our second row is Chris Nagan, Sam Brennan. Our breakaways, Steve Lamont and Tuisi Arce. Joe Ackersdyke is the number 8. Ivan Walkling, half. Jason Keelan, flyer, 5'8", sorry. Our centre pairing is Rob Smith, and coming in, Tana Lautai. Wingers are Sorelli Bainavalu, and Vasagotti is coming on the wing, which is a bit of a change from last week and the last few weeks. And Vasakikakaku is at fullback as usual, the country rep. And now we'll go to the Waratahs, Jimmy.
Yeah, the Waratahs, unchanged lineup from one. Those of you lucky enough to have a program. At the front row, Josh Rafawa and Alan Mirakalis are the two props. The hooker is Lonnie Vikalani. The second row is Ton McDean and John O'Reynolds. The back row consists of Frank Roberts at blindside, Brendan Jackson, who comes into the team after a long layoff with injury, at open side, and Pala Palupa is the number 8. The halfback, Joel Ford. Fly half, Dane Sheriff. The wingers are Chase Hicks and Nick Medcalf. The two centres are Carl Manu and Alex Robson, and at the back of fullback, Tim Riley. Referee for today is Rob Delbo.
Yes, and the two coaches, we'll have a chat about them, Matt Chidgey and Scott Coleman, two coaches who, I guess, from different eras, but two coaches who are very well credentialed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at Matt Chidgey, he's come back to the fold after a 13-year absence. It was quite strange. He was with Waratah for almost a decade after being a player for them, and then just as he stepped away, his brother came in, Tim, and they won a couple of premierships. So from my memory, I don't think George has ever led a first-grade team to a premiership, and with this being the 75th anniversary of the Waratahs, you know, that'd be one notch on the belt he'd love to tick off. And with Hamilton, yeah, Scott Coleman, no doubt, is the most dominant, and I think the premier coach in Newcastle for the last decade. Obviously, Todd Loudon came to town last year, was very well credentialed, and then went off to Super Rugby. In terms of local coaches, homebred, there's few that can match the record of Scott Coleman. He's led him to 3 premierships. He himself has been away to Italy and gained some experiences, played in Canada. He's certainly at the forefront in terms of leading the way the game's played here. You find that Hamilton do things, and then the rest of the teams pick up on it within a couple of years. And there's certainly, since he's come back to the fold this season after he's in Italy, they've lifted again to another level. As we mentioned, eight rounds, 8 games, 8 wins and 8 bonus points. You can't do any better. So, yeah, they're certainly flying on all cylinders at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely a good coaching family as well. I guess his brother, coach of East, and his younger brother, Grant Coleman, captain coach of Southwest Rocks Rugby League or something out there.
Yeah, I think it was at Maxwell a long time. Yeah, all good footballers, and all moved into that coaching vein now. Yeah, certainly Darren Coleman, very, very highly regarded, has been assistant coach of the Brumbies and also New South Wales Waratahs, as well as working overseas, and now the director of rugby at East, and also coach of the New South Wales Country Eagles, who are playing in the National Rugby Championship. And of course, we'll be seeing them live here at number 2 Sports Ground on the 24th of September when they take on Queensland Country. So great coup there for the NHRU getting an NRC game, which hopefully we will be a part of.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one, Jimmy. It's going to be a big game on the Thursday night, just after grand final weekend, as we see the two teams come out onto the field. It looks like they're shaking hands at the moment. Rob Delbo plays a very free-flowing game, controls the ruck. I think he controls the ruck really well. My partner over here, James, sometimes disagrees with that.
Well, mate, we're not here to agree on everything, are we? There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of healthy debate. But, yeah, certainly Hamilton have certainly been on the wrong end of some penalty counts with him at times, and that doesn't mean I'm a favourite of the Hamilton Hawks either. But, yeah, let's hope that he gets some just consistencies all we're after.
Did you just see that out there? He's brought this refereeing to a new level. He hasn't got his coin, so he's done rock, paper, scissors out there, and that's how they've...
Maybe they're worried that they might not find the corner if it lands in that mud out there. So
cricket pitch out there. So it looks like Dane Sherritt's taken the ball. The Waratahs in the red will be running left to right on your screen, kicking off in this greater NHRU match of the round. It's round 8 here. Rob Delbo, as you mentioned, officiating the match. And two captains, Joe Ackersdyke and Carl Manu, indicating yes.
We should get a real indication in the first 5 minutes of what this ground's like out there too. Just looking at those two reserve grade sides come off, they're both covered in mud from head to toe. As we mentioned, the centre area definitely very slippery and very muddy, but it's just the fringes. I'm hoping that some players can get a bit of traction, particularly for that tight stuff.
Oh, that's a good hit by Palupe there off the kickoff. He's gone out straight away. The Hamilton player was Brennan. So Waratah indicating already how they're going to play this match here at Hawkins Oval. Just see big Lonnie taking the ball, and yeah, that's a nice throw there. That's a better set piece than we've seen from the Waratahs over the last few weeks. And Palupe has the ball at the back, controlling it well. This is good mauling up the field by the Waratahs. It's about 22 metres out now, and they keep going up the field. This is a good run and good effort there by the Waratah side, and they hit one up, and that's a good run as well there by Todd McDean. Has the ball now and looks like, Assad trying to get the ball, but taken off his feet. Joel Ford looking for it, searching. It's going to be the first penalty of the match, though.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start, the Waratahs. Matt Chizzy would have a smile on his face from that opening exchanges. Great line out. What we've seen, while I think they'll miss Dylan Hines severely, he does so much work for them and is their go-to man in the line out. Brendan Jackson's a like-for-like player. He had a very strong representative season. He's come in number 7, and he'll also be the go-to man in the line out, and that was a great maul. This is what we come to love from Waratah 2 years ago when they won the competition and were so dominant.
Yeah, so they've elected to take the shot at goal here at Hawkins Oval. Dane Sherritt, the man with the 10 on his back, the South African, he's going to be the man to try and knock the ball over. He's had a bit of an off few weeks. He indicated that before the match as well. So he's looking to get into some form here at Hawkins Oval. Of course, Waratah playing Hamilton, and it's a Waratah home game, home away from home, with the Hamilton side using their outer ground here for today's fixture in the greater NHRU competition. He hits it. He strikes it well, and that's the first points of the game. So Waratah now 3, Hamilton 0.
Yeah, I spoke to Dane Sherritt early in the week just about the conditions. He said nothing too foreign to him back home in Cape Town. Plenty of days like this. One thing he has been working on is his goal kicking. The last couple of weeks, he just hasn't been quite striking the balls with as much rhythm as he has early in the season. So that's a great start for him and a great confidence builder.
So Jason Keelan with the ball now for the Hamilton side. And as you mentioned in your article on Jason Keelan, Jimmy, it's a battle of 10 today, and Jason will know where he exactly stands coming up against Sherritt. And as he restarts the ball, it goes to ground. Palupe cleans the ball up. He's a monster of a human, and he just shrugs a couple off.
Yeah, just a little knock on, I think, at the back there from Joel Ford. Just a little bit scrappy, that ball. I think we'll see a lot of that today, just with the greasing conditions. It's going to make it life very difficult for the halfbacks in particular, reaching the ground, particularly if they're not getting a good clean out and the ball's not presented to them nice and solidly. So the first mistake and our first scrum, which is always an intriguing look at.
Well, Josh Afoa hasn't changed his haircut, I can say that much. He still looks like a crunchy out there.
Yeah, certainly there's no doubt that having Lonnie back at number 2 will certainly, not only has he had a bit of size and strength, a bit of experience into that front row for the Waratahs. We saw his line-out throw, which was a real problem for them against Mirror. The Carlton was on the spot in that first one, and that was a good hit from both sides, just losing their feet in these slippery conditions.
Yeah, it's very, very slippery out there, and Hamilton, the side today, definitely giving away a bit of a weight advantage. I'm interested to see how Steve Lamont takes on Sherritt. He hasn't really been challenged too much in the opening rounds, the fly half for Waratah, Sherritt, but speaking to Coach Coleman, I think that's Steve Lamont's big job today, has put plenty of pressure on.
Yeah, and that's the measure of a good player, isn't it? It's all well and good to do it, to have plenty of time and to control things when you've got space and a good forward pack that's going forward. But when you're under a little bit of pressure, that determines the good players from the great players.
Juggles it. He nearly comes through there through a tight little gap, but he gets pulled around the shoulders. They're going to have to pick and drive here, and Brennan has the ball, and he picks it up and does just that. And there they go again. Pusey at the back, taking him forward. Oh, and out they go. Oh, sorry, Pusey's out here. Oh, he bumps one off, and he gets through one. He's made a half break. Here goes Pusey. He's still going, the big number 2.
Yeah, just bumped off Jono Reynolds, didn't he? He made Jono Reynolds look like a speed hump, just bumped him straight out of the road. And I think it was a combination of Tim Riley coming across and doing enough to get him to ground, but a penalty for Hawks and a chance for them to level the score.
Yeah, he's so dangerous, isn't he, when he runs wide? Chris Pusey, he always seems to beat a couple, bump a couple off and get a ball away.
He just has that explosiveness over that first 10 or 15 moves, and he's built so low to the ground, he's so powerful that he generally bumps off at least 1 or 2 left in his wake. Looks like Keelan's going to take shot for goal here.
Look at the replay. Oh, did you see that? Just bumping one off. The palm comes out, and yes, Riley just doing what a fullback shouldn't have to do, but he does it pretty well, Tim Riley. He's probably the premier fullback in this competition for mine. Yeah, and we say it each week.
In the competitions, that's got plenty of good number 15s, haven't they? If you just go through them off the top of your head, Blake Crichton, you got Cal McDonald, Southern Beaches, Adrian Delore, Chad Northcott if he plays there at Nelson Bay. It's probably the position in the competition where there's the most depth, I would think.
And he makes no mistake of that, Keelan. So the score 3-3 here at Hawkins Oval. Waratah v Hamilton. Of course, Waratah running left to right on your screen at home. Sherritt now calling for the ball. It's been quicker than what I thought, I guess, so far, these opening exchanges. A little bit scrappy as we expected, but the pace certainly hasn't slowed up because of the wet track.
No, both teams have looked like they're willing to try and shift the ball. Certainly that's an area that Waratah have been very good, especially from counter play, from broken play. That's when they're at their best. They're certainly not a team that likes to just tuck it up and go forward.
They've let that one bounce there. Lamont was. So again, Hamilton having trouble defending the restart here.
Yeah, and over that side, they'll be looking up into the sun from that side of the ground, and 2 good restarts from Dane Sherritt. So his kicking boots are certainly working in fine order this afternoon.
It'll be interesting to see how this throw goes. Lamont, a little bit wobbly. He's had a bit of trouble of late.
Well, good pick up there from Keelan, but then it was a bad pass afterwards. It undid his good work, and the Waratahs here on the front foot.
On the attack now, and here they go. And big Mirilakis taking it forward, the Belgian international, getting the ball back. Joel Ford just pushing a foul out. A foul bumped out of the way for Palupe to take the ball forward. He's had a carry in every set of phase so far. Palupe, he's been on the money. And here they go to the right. Just taking the ball back in was Reynolds. Out they go again. Inside from Sherritt to Manu. Manu goes through, and that is too easy there for the Waratahs. Very poor defence from the Hamilton Hawks. And that is a try, Jimmy Gardner.
Yeah, great little bit of footwork there. It was a pretty simple play. It wasn't just an inside ball, an unders line from Carl Marnie. Then he put a little bit of a shimmy on and just went straight past it through the defence there. I think it was Bakarich that came across. But that all come from a poor restart from the Hamilton Hawks. Let the ball go into touch, and then from the shooting line out, a couple of bad passes and the knock on, and then all of a sudden, bang, Waratah on the front foot. And within a couple of 2 phases later, Manu zips his way through.
Look at the replay here, and just the dummy to the long ball, and Manu comes inside and
Bakarich tried to get across. No, the cover wasn't good. They weren't rushing up on the trailing side. And he would be very disappointed with their start so far, Scott Coleman. They haven't done a thing right yet.
No, definitely. It's not the Hamilton side we've seen over the first 8 rounds, that's for sure. They've dropped a few balls. They just haven't been clinical like they usually are. And Waratah's a team that will make you pay for your mistakes. They don't like getting the pressure built on them, but if the other team's making mistakes, they can always capitalise. So here we go to the restart here. Keelan. He goes left this time. Oh, Sorelli and Bakarich come through, and the ball goes forward. Taken by Reynolds. Reynolds makes a half break. Gets the ball away. Nice work there. Roberts it was. Ooh, a little knock on, was he? Or
just put a foot in a touch, I think. Touch judge there on the spot. Difficult for us to see from this angle, but our cameraman right on top of that, so we should get a great view of this line out.
Yes, there's been all sorts of happenings going on here today from the Bar TV crew, so special shout out to the producers and all the technical staff. They've done a bang-up job to actually get the game broadcast today here at Hawkins Oval. Not the best facility.
Another mistake there from the Hawks. Poor line out throw from Steve Lamont and a knock on from Akersdyke at the back as he reached forward for it. Advantage given to Waratah, and this is another opportunity for them to attack.
So here they go now. Sherritt back there, now passing into Riley. Riley getting a full head of steam, taking it forward. He breaks one. He's up the middle. Riley, he can get a ball away, pops it up to Palupe, but it's going to be called a knock on. Could have just taken that one to ground, Jimmy, and I would have liked to see him do that.
Geez, I tell you what, though, that would only hit Palupe in the chest. He'd be more disappointed with the fact that he dropped a bit. Tim Riley then again, just from broken play, shows how dangerous he can be, particularly with that surface is a little bit greasy on the edges of that cricket pitch there. For a defender, he's trying to go with him sideways, and he just split him right up the middle. It just broke down that last moment with his pop pass. Palupe
he hasn't got the fancy
ground.
footwork, has he? But what I like about it, he can change directions and not lose any pace, and I think that's where you'll find he's dangerous. And as we see now, Sherritt with the big long ball in, and here he goes, Riley. He's not the prettiest fullback, that's for sure, but he can certainly break the line, and he does it at ease sometimes. And here we go now, the Hawks with the ball. Keelan punching the ball downfield. Hicks turning around to chase it. Plenty of pace out there from Hicks as well. Oh, he doesn't do well with that, though.
Yeah,
He's taken the ball out.
We've been pumping his tyres up for a couple of weeks now, and that's certainly the first mistake we've seen the young 18-year-old make. He grabbed it at the first time and then realised there was some defence coming through, had a look and spilled it again for a second time. So good opportunity here for the Hamilton Hawks to hit straight back.
As we go now to the replay, we see him turning around. Yeah, just eye off the ball there, looking to probably get a ball into Riley, and such is the life of Riley. He didn't get to see it. So we normally have a good chat about the scrums, but they've been fairly evenly matched, although Hamilton giving away a bit of weight. Speaking to Scott Coleman, he loves Backerich. He loves his technique. And here they go, Ackers-Dyke off the back. Inside, oh, nice ball by Keelan, but not breaking the defensive line. They go back to the right. Percy getting a ball away. Vasa kick at Kaku taken down. They're trying to go across field too much, and here they go now through Brennan it was. And here's Ackers-Dyke now taking them forward. Nagy cleaning out. And here's Keelan with a big long ball now. Smith steps inside, bumps one off, goes again. Nice run there by the English import. Or coming through there, Lonnie. Just catching Ivan Walkling. A little bit too slow there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, neither team really committing too many at the breakdown, are they? They're both sort of looking to recycle possession quickly. But that was a good bit of urgency there from Lonnie. Just came through in the middle of that and really hurried Ivan Walkling and forced him into a mistake. And the Tars benefit from it with a penalty.
Yeah, makes no mistake with that touch finder either. Not looking for too much distance there. But Hamilton seem they're just not as quick as what they have been. I
don't know whether maybe it's the location. We're not in a ground with a grandstand. There's a little bit lacking in atmosphere, but they're struggling to get out of first gear at the moment. The Hawks.
Well, there's a bumper crowd here anyway at Hawkins, and I must say it's mainly Waratah players. Palupe taking it forward, but it's going to be called a knock on, and the flick pass round the back would have found its man, but Jackson didn't need to catch it anyway. So Walkling now just trying to fire his troops up. It's going to take someone to get this Hamilton side back into it, really, isn't it? Someone to do something big.
Yeah, this is where they normally look to a Chris Percy to really bend the defensive line like he did those first couple of hit-ups, or a Rob Smith to come in at an angle and cause some havoc in the midfield. They just need someone to lift everyone at the moment because they're just a little bit flat. Good scrum.
Yeah, good scrum by the Waratah side, and Keelan with it, ball in two hands, and he takes that one in. Sorelli there to clean out. They keep going. Good quick ball that time. Nagy taking the ball in. He's been pretty solid. Ball out, and here's Vasakaku Sorelli getting the ball. Vasagotti on the wing. We know he's got pace, trying to get the ball inside. It goes to ground, and well done there by the fullback, getting himself between the players in Riley. And that looked dangerous there by Hamilton. First chance they've really got to use their wingers, which they've done so well this year, Jimmy.
He just got on the outside, didn't he? I think it was Miracalis was back there to lend some support as well to get a key hand on that ball and knock it down. But again, great opportunity here for the Hawks. They'll probably bring this down and drive it through and set up some space and time for their back, try and suck in a couple of defenders. Lamont needs to hit the target this time.
Yeah, he grabs that one. Nagy, good work here as Hamilton go in with the maul. Percy's at the back. He's still got it, and they're holding him up. Good work by Palupe. Nice tackle there. Walkling with it. Oh, it's going to be a knock on. Tap says, quick tap by Walkling. No, Rob Delbo won't be having any of that. Get back on the mark, he says.
Yeah, not sure what that penalty was for. Knocking the ball down, he suggests.
Yeah, I thought
he slipped that. It just slips out of his hand like a cake of soap, I thought. But
I thought that too.
Might have been a little bit lucky there, the Hawks.
We agree on something.
Unusual, but true.
So they're going to go for the line out here, I'd imagine. That rolling maul looked pretty handy there.
I think you may as well press rewind and we'll have another look at exactly what they did. They went to number 4. I think it was Nagy that got up nice and high. They really only got one sort of offensive line-out jumper. Brendan Jackson will be the man that sort of goes up and tries to disrupt things for them.
And here they go now, and as you said, losing his feet there, but Percy has the ball at the back. Nice quick ball at this rolling maul, and it's still going forward, but It's not going to go forward much longer as they take the ball. Walkling looking for it, searching Lamont with it. Lamont, will he get there? Yes, he will.
Pretty
And
fundamental.
that is a try, and that is as easy as you can get. That's easier than the first one.
Pretty fundamental. That one wasn't just a one-out hit off. He was just too strong. But it came from that good driving maul. What they did well was Nagy brought it down. And even though the Tars brought him to ground, they were able to set up again. And Chris Pusey didn't panic at the back. He just stayed nice and low, slow to the ground. And then when an opportunity presented itself, he nice place back. And then it was just a simple 1v1. And Steve Lamont was too strong from close range.
As we look here at the replay, I don't really need to talk through because Jimmy Garner just explained that to a T. Sucking the players in from the Waratahs, and Walkling managing to get good quick ball. Lamont resetting, and he just changed his angle at the last second, and that was really poor defence, to be fair.
Yeah, just ducked his head and went straight through the tackle. I think it was John O'Reynolds there. He really needed to get up at the line, speed, and hit him on that advantage line rather than just, when you're 2 metres out, you can't give an attacker any leeway whatsoever. Taking this back a long way, Jason Keelan.
He's hit it.
And
He's missed it, though. As you mentioned, he did take that a fair way. The Waratahs did put a bit of a chase on the attempted conversion. So the score here, Waratah 10, Hamilton 8. And this game, I mean, it hasn't got the physicality we probably expected, but it's probably going to have the points we're used to seeing from both sides. And that's a good high restart from Sherritt. No one comes up with it. Again, Hamilton can't get it. Goes over the touchline. It's going to be a Hamilton throw. Now Lamont goes to the back. Didn't know if that was quite straight.
No, he's been pinged for that one. So, not a happy start at the line-out time, certainly, for Steve Lamont. And that was an area that Scott Coleman was disappointing with him last week. Happy with his work rate because he does get through an absolute power. Maybe the fact that he is playing breakaway and the amount of work you got to do as a number 6 is impacting on his line-out throwing. When it comes to line-out throw,
Has he had shoulder problems? I think he has had a few shoulder problems as well.
He's had everything problems over the years, Steve Lamont, because he certainly throws his
women
body.
Problems?
I'm not sure he's had women problems, but he throws his body into everything. Throws his body into absolutely everything. So, but they have got Chris Pusey there, who's also a very good line-out thrower. So,
well, if I was Coach Coleman, I'd be putting the word out there: get Pusey to throw it because.
But
he's come on a few times, and Pusey's really straightened up the throws and on target as well. As we see Hicks, Chase Hicks coming in there. Good run by the young 18-year-old winger on the far side. And here they go now.
Big Lonnie gets it over the outside.
He's hard to put down too. They missed him over the last few weeks. And here he goes, Palupe up the middle. This is good work here by the Waratah side. The team in red. Mirilakis at the back, but forward. Pushes him out of the way. Yeah, dummy there, taking the ball in. They've still got the ball alive.
Yeah, just a bit flat-footed at the moment. The Tars need to get a bit of depth.
Well, forward with a little kick over the top. Probably didn't need to do that as Hicks comes through.
Too big.
Out on the full. So really, all they needed to do was have phase play there, and I think they would have put Hamilton on the back burner.
Certainly under a bit more pressure, wasn't it? Yeah, certainly, I think probably had that again. He probably would keep the ball in hand there. Jar forward as they go long again to Akersdyke, who's unchallenged at the back. Keelan, again, puts it on his trusty right foot, finds space. This is a very handy kick, actually. It's 30.
Yeah, that's a great
60,
kick,
70 metres, and Hicks into Riley's got a lot of work to do, but he decides to put it to boot.
Yeah, it's not the best kick. It came off the outside of his boot, and it's found Vasakika Kaku. Yes, it has, and he tries to get away from one, but that's a good chase there by Riley. Lets him go, though, and Vasakika Kaku's still going as he takes the ball in. Oh, and Akersdyke gets the ball away to Sealer, and it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that was a little bit high, that one.
High shot, yes.
Raced up out of the line. Well, that's the thing. He can be so good, but he does prone to this odd brain explosion at times. He's got a very short wick, and he tends to lose it very quickly. I'm surprised Delbo didn't have a stern word to him there. He is actually, in fact.
Looks like they're going to take the shot for goal here as well.
The touch judge coming in to
look
give
at
his
the replay.
Piece of advice. You see he just rushes up from the blind side there as Brennan gets the ball, and yeah, that's a bit high. Didn't really connect with him, but still high. Penalty enough for mine.
Wasn't that bad, but
no.
Left his feet, left the ground. It didn't take his hair off, that's for sure.
Had he connected, it might have, but
didn't scalp him. So they're going to have a chat. I think Delbo's probably taking this a little bit further
This
than they have to.
might be for a separate incident here because he's called out Brendan Jackson here. It certainly wasn't his tackle. It was he may have been involved
They
in.
do look the same, don't they? Brendan Jackson and Lonnie Vicolani.
One's about 4 foot wide and one's about 8 foot tall. One has his ears taped and the other one doesn't. But anyway,
What other similarities, Jimmy?
I think they're both wearing the same boots.
Same boot sponsors out there at Waratah.
But again, I said it could have been for something totally different. We are not wide up for sound here in the commentator's booth. That's a very deep kick. Is it too deep?
Too deep.
No, just
good kick.
perfection. 5-10 metres out, and I think we can press that replay button again. Deja vu all over again. You'll see the Hawks drive this from close range.
So Hamilton here, they're going to have to dig deep and maybe not commit as many numbers, but what do you do? It's one of those things. The rolling ball is such an effective attacking weapon here. They go to the back through Ackersdyke, gets it on the tip of his fingers, goes to ground. They're still going though. Yeah, nice work there by the Hawks. They're still going. Could be close. No, they just get pulled up short. Brennan it was, or Nagy at the bottom of the ruck there. They go. Oh, blindside. It's going to be a penalty. Yeah, offside.
That's the second time. I wouldn't be surprised if Delboga reaches for his pocket here soon.
Yeah, he's going to call him out here. Not happy with this. So I think Manu's going to have a bit of a chat. Probably last warning, maybe. Was clearly a professional foul, though.
No doubts about that one. He's very lucky to stay on the pitch there, Palupa. I think if that happens again, he'll be joining us here in the commentary booth.
He's doing the old, can I do this next time, referee? And Rob Delbo's, don't play that game with me, Sonny. As now Keelan looks to, as you mentioned, press. No, they're going to go for scrum this time. Well,
interesting option. Guess an opportunity here for their inside backs to put on a move.
I'm betting Rob Smith under the post.
I'd be either giving him certainly his ball on the hands, or certainly Big Eric, the fullback, coming in from somewhere.
Directing the traffic.
They got so much strike power out there that they could pick one of 4 players.
Even Waratah playing outside centre. We haven't seen him at outside centre, so it'll be interesting when he gets the ball. He's an absolute powerhouse, as we saw in that Southern Beaches game.
All starts from the scrum, though. They need good ball back at the back. You don't have anything disrupted for Ackersdyke. He picks it up nice and cleanly.
Here he goes. Keelan gets a ball, nearly to Waratah, dropping the ball, and Palupe cleans the ball up nicely. Nice work by the big Waratahs number 8, but if he had stuck that would have been a try for all money. As they go now, Sherritt with the ball now. Hicks, he'll back himself, the young fellow.
Yeah, can't get away from Lamont.
Nice work, Lamont. That's
wrestled him to ground like a
pig.
I was about to say I want to say a razorback, but doing a bit of pigging out west. Steve Lamont looks like he wouldn't mind chasing the odd pig.
I bet he's chased a few pigs in his time, Jimmy. As the ball goes over the touch line. He has the ball now. The man we're talking about, the Frenchman, Steve Lamont. And goes to Ackersdyke. Maybe not straight again, but quick ball to Ivan Walkling. Keelan now. Smith with it. Long ball out to Vasakika Kaku, but yeah, the Waratah defence shifts nicely.
Yeah, just a bit sideways there. They need someone to straighten it up there in the Hawks.
Well, it worked for them the other week, and that's a ball to Nagy, or Brennan it was, and now just scrappy ball again. So this game getting let down by handling at the moment, Jimmy.
Poor option there by the Hawks to go to the short side. There wasn't much room from there. It was only going to invite trouble, and then that came in the hands of threw a desperation ball inside, hoping not to go over touch, and from there play broke down, and we had another knock on. So yeah, they're defending well so far. The Tars, they're really they're reading everything that the Hamilton's thrown at them from their back line.
If we look at the attack here, and Ackersdyke's taking the ball from the scrum. Oh, if he had got that ball to Waratah, he was in under the sticks. But anyway, that's an opportunity going begging as we see Joel forward with the ball. Of course, if you want to get involved in the game, feel free to tweet us in at Bar TV Sports or hashtag Bar TV Sports.
Yeah, good scrummy from the Hawks.
Yeah, nice
He goes
work.
to short side, Palupa. He gets away from one.
Here he goes. He's put a foot out, Palupe.
He just had that big right arm free too. Was looking for the
took a deep
support.
breath there. I was getting ready to wind up myself. But he's exciting when he's in open space. He can bump up a few. He's got plenty of pace. And I tell you what, he's been pretty good this game. He's been quite the few games we've covered.
He's an enormous unit, isn't he?
As we look at the replay, the Hamilton side getting the Waratah scrum going backwards. And there he is. Our cameras
just
picking that up.
toenail at the very most, I would suggest. But yeah,
So here we go now. Walkling out. Keelan with it. Inside to Smith going. Still going. He loses his feet, though. Eric Vasakikakaku cleaning up the scraps, and Lamont taking it down the short side. They go second man play to Keelan. Keelan will...
Well, it's a Falcon that hit far the fairest square on the melon.
With it. Assai still going. So the ball now going. Walkling getting the ball out. Percy with it. Percy will still go forward. Nice run there by the hooker. As they go again, using good width, and Lamont with it. Yeah, strong in the tackle.
Monstered by Palupa there. They're really aiming up here, the task. They're reading it well.
And here they go. They go wide again. Keelan on the inside. Smith now with a bit of room. Bumps off one. Smith still going. Held up, though, about 2 metres out. They're very, very close to the Hawks side. Walkling looking for the ball, searching for the ball. He gets it. Long ball out to Keelan with a dummy. Held up there. He's going to have to get to ground. And, yeah, the Waratahs have stolen. Great defence there by the Waratahs. And now it is Hicks down the touchline. Good ankle tap there. He was away for all money there, the young speedster.
Again, good piece of scrambling there from the Waratahs. They looked like they were beaten 4 or 5 times there, particularly when Ron Smith had the ball. A desperation tackle got him to ground, and then it was a great rip. Whoever got over the top of that of Jason Keelan there, he thought he'd take him on, but there was no match for the Waratah defender who showed great urgency and great strength to rip that ball and send Hicks away down the touchline. And now we have a relieving penalty.
Well, you can see what the Hamilton side's trying to do here, Jimmy. They're going from side to side. They're using the width of the field, just trying to run this Waratah side ragged and probably come over them at the end of the game.
It's great strength there. I think it was Carman who won the ball and found Hicks, and he was away. Just a tiny little ankle tap there from Smith, pulled him to ground, just enough for the defence to come back and
desperation
cover.
Stuff, wasn't it? As we see Lonnie with it.
The Hawks adopted the same tactic against Southern Beaches, in that first half, and they went to the
right.
break behind, but then second half powered home. So will we see a repeat? There's a good steal there from
Akasdyke gets it, and Walkling gets the ball out. Keelan now putting the ball on his boot. Hicks gets back, takes that one nicely. He'll be happy with that and gets a long ball into Riley. Riley kicking the ball downfield. Vasakikakaku well positioned to take it, though. He'll probably take him on, and he does, and he gets a little chip forward. And Mirilakis kicking it forward to Sorelli, and Sorelli getting to Walkling. Walkling now to Lamont, who winds up. He's got support on the outside, and he uses it. And here they go now. The Hawks, Vasagotti with it on the far touchline, so... Good little bit of counter-attacking there. Walkling now taking Akasdyke
good
forward,
tackle.
And great tackle there by Mirilakis.
We saw his footwork, and then we saw his strength. I thought it was Aiden Hazard there with the way he put that volley off his right foot.
He hit it, didn't he? Maybe he could have a run tomorrow in the FFA Cup, covered by Bar TV. Of course, the greater NHRU, round 8, match of the round. Score here 10-8 as we look at the replay. And Vasakikakaku puts it on the right. Oh, that was a nice
volley straight into the, unfortunately straight into the hands of Bonabalo, and they shifted it to the right.
So another scrum here at Hawkins Oval. Rob Delbo looks like he's puffing a bit, but look at the authority from Delbo at scrum time. That's immense. That's intense. The ball comes out the back now. Sherritt getting a ball downfield. Oh, good bounce there, but all just bounces over the head, and Vasakikakaku picks it up. He's got an arm free. Sorelli gets it, and it's going to be a penalty called.
Sure.
Sorelli looking for a quick tap, but no, just told to calm it down.
I think he's just ruled they're coming from the side there on that one.
I don't know what that was about, but I haven't got my rugby law book here with me today because we've changed grounds, as I mentioned before. So, as you can see, our cameras right on top of the action.
Certainly had a crucial point this game, half an hour in. Both teams worked themselves out. The last 10 minutes been a bit of a ebb and flow. Both sides battling for that momentum going into the break.
Oh, another poor throw there by the Hamilton Hawks. And I tell you, Coach Coleman has to do something here if the Hawks are going to run away with this game because...
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic from Steele. When he throws, he's certainly regarded as one of the best line-out throwers in the competition, but certainly his wires are crossed at the moment. Throws for New South Wales country as well. Not like he's short of practice. Just the timing or whether it's communication. But he's certainly having a word there to Joe Ackersdyke, who I think calls the lineouts, and their little slap of the brothers, little punch on the tap on the bottom, and away we go again. Fresh start, you'd think.
Oh, had plenty of bottom tapping going on out there. Lamont's just giving them out like he's giving out lollies. So as we go now, Rob Delbo. Yeah, good hit again at scrum time, so definitely not
It's been a good
any
battle.
clear
of scrums.
winner, is there? At the moment, as Keelan with it, gets a wide ball out to Lautai. Lautai taking it in, and a good run by the powerhouse centre. Yeah, he's coming from the side there.
Yeah. Poor
He's
option.
called a
Silly
knock
play there
on.
from Carl Manu. He's more experienced, should know better than that one. That was a let-off here for the Hawks, an opportunity for them now to get deep into the... he's called that a knock-on, has he? I thought it was a penalty the way he came in from the side.
It was a penalty as well, but he's called knock-on. Anyway. Maybe we should do our referees' tickets, Jimmy, just to get a bit of an idea on what's going on.
I get abused enough at home. I don't need to... and from the paper, I don't need another excuse for people to get into me.
Has the blog started back, Jimmy, as we look at the replay?
No, it hasn't as of yet.
What's going on there?
I don't know. Fridays have been busy, mate, to be honest with you, with all the happenings of the Newcastle Jets and in the world of sport. Not enough hours in the day, unfortunately. I'd love nothing more than to spend an hour.
A social media manager, Jimmy.
I need an assistant, mate.
Yeah. It's all about personal brand these days, Jimmy. Don't you have an assistant?
No.
I thought that was Dan Proudman.
He's normally in cleaning the toilets.
Of course, if you're listening out there, Dan, feel free to tweet us in and tell us what you really think.
If he's listening, I'm sure I'll hear it at work on Monday, mate. Don't worry about that.
So 32 minutes gone here. 10-8 the score, low-scoring affair. Both sides capable of plenty of points. Ackersdyke again taking it from the back. And here they go, Keelan. Now Smith just not finding his footing. And yes, he has looked like he got shot by something, didn't he? But
he's in a bit of
that's
trouble
not
here.
good. We
Rob
don't like
Smith.
to see that happen on Bar TV.
He just, as soon as he hit the ground, his knee virtually crumbled underneath him, and there's some real urgency showed here by the Hamilton Hawks training staff. This doesn't look good.
He had a knee problem last year as well.
And he
English
certainly looks
import,
in
didn't
a
he?
bit of discomfort. But it more looks like it's an ankle at the moment with which they're treating, but we'll see the replay here. Yeah, Keelan just hits him on the fly and just a little bit behind him, and maybe he's just twisted his ankle in the slop as he's gone to ground, but certainly in some discomfort.
Could have been a hamstring. Could have been an Achilles.
Just the way I just noticed straight away, he grabbed for his ankle, and then the training staff just looked to be going straight for his boot. So hopefully it's nothing too serious, but they certainly are showing a bit of concern here. He's pulling both knees up together, and he's getting up on his feet now, so that's a good sign.
But good sign. He probably won't take any more action in this game, though. They won't have to amputate, though, so that's what. That's what's the winner on the day here, Jimmy.
And he'll be a real loss because he's certainly looked the most dangerous for the Hawks. He's the one that's come in at that, he runs such a good angle and he's able to beat that first man and certainly put a bend in the defensive line. So I think we'll probably see a reshuffle here.
I'd imagine Lautai, he's an inside centre naturally, so he'll probably move in. And Vasagotti will come in.
And perhaps a winger, Artie Economou, I would suggest, would come onto the wing.
I think that's what's happened. Natural fit, natural progression. Just like physics, really, isn't it? So here we go. Oh, nicely spoiled there by the Hawks. And long ball out now. Chance to attack. And Lautai with it. Oh, he's taken nicely, though, there. I think it was Sherritt. Ball now to Lamont. Lamont gets the ball on the inside. Taking the ball into contact. Walkling, little knock on. Mirilakis. Good work there. Good urgency shown by the Waratah. They're just competing a little bit better at the breakdown at the moment, Jimmy.
I think the Hawks need to throw a couple extra men in there. They're certainly not committing players there, and you can just see the Tars feeding off it, just like seagulls waiting. As soon as Walkley puts his hand on the ball, they're coming through and hitting him.
Manu just having a chat to his troops. Of course, the captain, the number 12.
Yeah, Miracalis, he's got through a power of work so far. He really has been sweating on Ivan Walkling there at the breakdown. He's so strong at that pillar and post. This is a great opportunity here for the Tars to strike a big blow just before half time. 4 minutes out. They're set up, go to the front.
Oh,
Yeah,
nicely
good
spoiled
spoil.
by the Hawks, though. And Ivan Walkling forced to clean up. Sorelli with it. He's dangerous. He gets away from a couple and taken to ground about 25 out. And here they go now. Vasa kicker, Kaku with it. Gets a ball to Economou. Here he goes down the wing, but it's been
Just into
pulled
touch.
up. Unfortunate there. He's put a foot out.
And that's where Vasquez can hurt you, isn't he? He's so strong when he's on that outside. He's certainly been a revelation at fullback, and that was a beautiful no-look pass over his shoulder. But Artie Economou, with his, I guess it's an oval rather than a field, just got his bearings missed up and put a foot into touch here. We'll see this ball from Vasquez
Kaku.
Waikika I nearly got out. Yeah, the little no look over the shoulder.
That's
But
brilliant. He's unhappy, though, Economou, wasn't he? Well, that's definitely not straight, that one, and Rob Delbo picks that up. So both teams failing at the set piece with about 4 minutes to go here, including injury time. And this greater NHRU match of the round fixture. So both sides are going to probably go into half-time and just have a bullet up them, I guess, over this set piece, because it's been good in patches, but the rest of it...
yeah, if I was the Tars, I'd keep it nice and simple. Try and win your ball. Flat ball at number 2, get up first. They've had a fair bit of success there with Brendan Jackson. I wouldn't be getting too fancy with it. Similar with the Hawks, you find when you are struggling, the best thing to do is get some confidence back, and that's by going to your go-to man or making it nice and short and hitting the front.
So here they go. Ball sent out wide, and here's Lautai. Long ball out. There's Sorelli taking the ball in. Nice run by him. He's a Bar TV favourite. Ivan Walkling getting a little box kick away. Could be trouble. Joe Ackersdyke getting Riley. And Riley taken out. Good chase there by Ackersdyke. And good sportsmanship shown as well as he helps him to his feet. So now the Hawks with a good chance here before half-time. So ball thrown in. Walkling with the long ball out. Oh, it's poor work there by the Hawks.
Asai just passed that to no one. Didn't even look. Very lazy.
Very, very lazy and nonchalant even. And now Walkling has it, so the Hawks back with the ball. So it's toing and froing at the moment.
Just getting a bit scrappy here the last couple of moments before half-time.
And here they go, Asai taking that one forward. So Walkling getting the ball, Keelan. Good chance here, Vasa Kikaku. Long ball out now to Vasa Gotti. He's got one to beat. He tries to bump him off. He does. He's still going, Vasa Gotti. And he has scored. Good try there by the winger. I tell you what, he backed himself and he went over.
Yeah, he had plenty to do. I thought there's no way in the world. He had 3 or 4 Waratah defenders in front of him. He thought, I'm not going to go around him. I'm going to go over him. And that's what he did. Bumped off Riley the first time. They came at him again, but he had enough strength. I think he's 70 kilo, ringing wet as what is how Scott Cullman likes to describe him, but he's very strong, very powerful. And he did enough there to get over the line. And that could be a killer blow just on half-time for the Tars. Good cut-out ball there from the fullback. He just bumped. Boom again. Beats 2, beats 3. Alex Robson tries to hold him up, but not strong enough.
He thinks he's John Alamo, but he's 60 kilos ringing wet, Vasagotti. Bump, bump. Bump, bump, then the fist bump at the end. That's how they roll in the Hamilton wing and the outside backs. So this is a tough chance here for Keelan with the score 13-10 going into half-time.
And they came from nothing, did it? It was just a great bit of opportunistic play from Vasa Kikaku, who just that lovely little cutout pass, put a bit of space for Vasagotti and away he went. Keelan likes this, but just drifts off to the left.
Yes, he's been pretty good with the boot in the games we covered, but he's none from 2 today here at Hawkins Oval. So we've probably got about a minute to go here. Can the Waratahs upset them at the restart again? Score 13-10. Hamilton have had the weight of possession in the latter stages of this first half, and that's a longer kick there by Sherritt. Here's Pusey with it. Pusey running, dummies, palms one off. Manu has the goods, though, to lock him up. And here they go. Short side, Lamont with it. Gets his palm out. He's got Sorelli on the outside, but can't get a ball away. Take it into ground there. Lamont. Walkling now looking to spread the ball wide. They do. Pusey with it. Oh, gets a no-look pass. Shuffling on, and a Lautai with it. Stepping. Still going Lautai. Tries to bump off Mirilakis, but Mirilakis...
They need to hang on here.
To it.
They need to hang on here. The Tars, they're looking ominous, the Hawks.
And here they go now to a Lautai. Lautai still going. Taking the ball in. And off they go. Now Pusey with it. Here he goes again, Pusey. Nice run there by the Hawks hooker. Sorelli getting a ball out. Lamont with it now. Lamont.
They're stacked up out here.
Long ball here. Here's Vasakikakaku. He's still going. He can't get the ball away to Vasagotti, though. And there he goes, Walkling now. Sorelli with it. Sorelli. Bainavalu just...
Yeah, he just ran him one behind one of his players there.
Instruction called by Rob Delbo. There can't be too long to go.
Just an absolute let-off there for the Tars. They were stretched, I think, a couple more phases, and the Hawks would have been away there, but very pressure-relieving penalty there for the Tars. Bainavalu, it was a good idea for him to come in. He certainly, with his fleet of footy, would have certainly opened him up, but just unfortunately one of the forwards got in his row, and they give away an untimely penalty for the Hawks.
Yeah, nice kick as well. Finding touch, so you'd imagine it's probably the last chance here for the Tars in the closing stages of this first half. So Lonnie just getting set. He's been a little bit off. Had a good start, and again Ackersdyke up, stealing that one. So good work defensively by the Hawks again. Lautai with the big kick downfield over the head of Riley. It's still going. Looks like it's going to roll over the dead ball line. And Rob Delbo will call that halftime. So we'll take a quick break for you. The score here, Hamilton 13, Waratah 10. We'll have a quick word from our sponsors and we'll be back to you with a chat with the Hawthorn Club President, Bruce Cook.
At the Greater, we're always on your side. We've got this winning lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact the Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union.
Could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
Yes, with me now. I made a quick mistake before we went away to the break there. I've got the chairman of the Hawthorn Club, Bruce Cook. How are you, Bruce?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you? Great afternoon's entertainment.
Isn't it awesome? The weather's cleared. We're at Hawkins Oval. Rugby's still on. What more could you want?
Yes, well, I was only saying to somebody this morning that if they called off games in Ireland like they do here in Newcastle, then the Irish competitions would never get finished.
Well, they don't get finished, do they? That's the whole point of being Irish. Yeah. Anyway, so you're in Newcastle. You have a role with World Rugby. Tell us a little bit about that and the development.
Yeah, well, look, I was over in Dublin for 8 years as head of development performance, and I got the opportunity to come back down here and with the family and do some work back down here. So came back down at the start of 2010 and working in the Pacific now with Fiji, Samoa, Tonga and some of the other unions as well, and working closely with New Zealand and Australia to make sure we deliver appropriate support programs in the Pacific to those countries.
So that's not a fake tan you're sporting then. That's all real.
That's all real, from trips every second week to the South Pacific.
Wow.
It's not all
pleasure.
beer and skittles. No, there's plenty of hard work to do, and sometimes you're in at 5 o'clock one morning and you're out at 5 o'clock the following afternoon, and it's hard work, but I love it.
Yeah. So as far as rugby goes on a global scale, because we do have a truly global game. Where do you think the Pacific fits into all that at the moment? Is it they're emerging nations, obviously, but there's teams now challenging, especially on the 7 stage.
Well, the sevens, they've got Ben Ryan, who's the coach of Fiji, who's doing a fantastic job over there. We're just about to see a new coach for the Samoan 7 side. They've got 20 applicants, and a lot of those top quality applicants for the sevens position. So look, we're going ahead in a steady way there, and the 15-a-side game as well. Once we get the governance and the administration right in the major unions, then they'll be a lot better on the deck.
And rugby's the sport that truly offers players the chance to travel, an opportunity to travel. It's good having a good influx of Pacific Islanders coming to the Newcastle competition and playing. Is there any support programs for these guys that come out and play, or is that something you guys look after?
No, look, we mainly look after and keep an eye on the players who go from the Pacific Island nations into mainly competitions in Japan and Europe, especially France and England. So we've got a very good high-performance support program for them, keeping an eye on them, making sure they're being looked after in the correct manner, that their training and strength and conditioning stuff is really up to speed. And also in trying to ensure that the World Rugby regulations allow them to be available for major events such as the World Cup that's coming up in about 90 days, I think.
Yeah, 90 days, I think it is.
Yeah.
We're all counting down to that one. Will you be going over to that one?
Yeah, be going over to that one.
Stop it.
Not working this year. I've worked 2003, 2007 and 2011, but I didn't get a jersey for this one, but going over for the semi-finals and the finals, which will be absolutely great. And look, with Fiji, Samoa and Tonga featuring in 3 of the pools, I think they'll give a few of the teams a scare.
Yeah, nice one. And quickly, before the teams come back for the second half, what's the Hawthorn Club got going on towards the end of the year, and can I get an invite?
You certainly get an invite, my friend. 31st of July, we've got an event at Surf House, and we're just finishing negotiations to get a top quality guest of honour for that one. So stay tuned on that. She should be a great afternoon's entertainment. Always is at Surf House, and that's a new venue that we've used over the last couple of years. And our grand final luncheon on the 18th of September is a Rugby World Cup luncheon as well. And we've just started to line up the All Blacks, ex-All Blacks and the ex-Wallabies to come along to that and be part of that day's entertainment.
Yeah, sounds unreal. Where can you get tickets for those just before you go?
The tickets will be on sale. We'll make sure that the Newcastle Morning Herald and Miners Advocate gets the various advertisements in the papers.
Yeah, very good. Thanks very much. Bruce Cook, Chairman of the Hawthorn Club and purveyor of dreams in the Pacific.
Absolute pleasure.
Thanks very much, Bruce.
If he's the purveyor of dreams, what am I?
You're the breaker of dreams as Jimmy Gardner comes back in for the second half. Yeah, nice restart there by the Hamilton Hawks. We haven't seen them too much there. Very scrappy by the Waratahs early on. So the Hawks come out now. They're all clapping and cheering. So obviously Scott Coleman has had a good word to them. We got some scores around the ground, Jimmy.
No, we haven't, as a matter of fact. I'm getting no numbers. No one's answering me today. So hopefully we can get something for
Let's
you.
make them up.
Update. University up at Singleton, and Southern Beaches hosting Maitland for the officially opening of their new facility out there at Ernie Cullen Oval. So
I reckon it's
that's
12-10 at Singleton.
I think it might be a little bit more than that.
20 and 21-5 either way out at Beaches.
Well, let's see what we can find out, mate. I'll go the reverse of you. I think University will be doing it comfortably up at Singleton, and maybe I think Beaches will have their noses in front at half-time against Maitland Blacks, who
Well, that's
look like they're starting to hit a bit of form.
That's why I'm bottom of the table in the NHRU tipping competition. Then,
Well,
isn't it,
everyone
Jimmy?
just goes to favourites, don't they? I mean, you got to be a bit more bold occasionally.
You've got to be creative,
I
mate.
think- I
I'm
think you
using my
should
left
get,
side of my brain.
You should get 2 points rather than one for an upset.
Yeah, so here we go now. I'll flag that with Andy as the ball comes out by Ackersdyke again. Lautai turned inside by Keelan. Nice run back into the forwards there. And now Walkley getting it to Brennan. Brennan jammed to the ground by Palupe. Lucky it's wet. And here goes Sorelli now. Sorelli ball in two hands. Nice run there by the winger. Ball out quickly. Bakarich with it. Bakarich has made a break. He's stepping the front rower. That's a good run there by Bakarich, always finding himself some space. And here's Pusi getting the ball away to Sealer.
They're lined up on the right here, the Hawks. They just need to spread it quickly.
So Keelan with it now. Quick hands will do it. Vasa Kikakaku standing. He's dangerous. He's still going. The big Fijian. And good ball there by Walkling to the wing. And that's a try by the Hawks to Economou. I tell you what, Walkling just summed it up nicely, didn't he? Cut one out. Bullet past Economou. And that's a good try, Jimmy.
Certainly a much better start to this half than it was the first half for the Hawks. It was all mistakes the opening 5 minutes of this game from Hamilton, which is very uncharacteristic. But you see them, they're into their game now. That was just typical Hamilton. Bang, bang, bang. Get over the ad line. Recycle the ball. Find a good one-on-one opportunity. A man in a bit of space. And the reserve winger went over.
So here we go, looking at the replay. Vasa Kikakaku, hard to get to ground, wasn't he? And standing, making metres, and Walkling just, boom, bullet pass out to his winger. And that's a good try in the corner. As Keelan now, hasn't got one today. The score 18-10. Correction, it was Blomley, the replacement winger. Tom Blomley.
Played quite a bit of first grade the last couple of years. But again, another area where they've got plenty of depth. The Hawks is out on the flanks.
He's hooked that one as well, Keelan. So unlucky with the boot today. Score 18-10. Hopefully these misses won't come back to haunt the top of the table Hawks. But from the outset here, it doesn't look like it will, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, the first half certainly ebbed and flowed, didn't it? Both teams had their stages of the game there where they were on top, but Waratah certainly need to respond here because if the Hawks, if they get once they get momentum, if they can get 2 or 3 tries or even 5 or 10 minutes of good phase play, well then they're very hard to haul back in because their defence, when it's normally under the pump, it holds strong.
And here he goes, Pusi again. He's been a handful all match. Sealer just cleaning out there. Nice ball out to Lamont. Walkling, little box kick. Good high kick there by Walkling. Coming down, but taken nicely by Metcalf on the far touchline. He's been taken over, though. So good chance here again for the Hawks side to attack.
Yeah, definitely a lift in intensity from the Hawks. You can see by their body language. There's plenty of talk out there. There's plenty of back slapping and hand clapping, trying to rev everyone up. They're up for it now.
Yeah, but again, not doing too well in that line out as Roberts takes it forward, cleaning up the scraps. Short ball by Ford. Yeah, nice run there by Mirilakis. Bigger forwards. Jersey change there. But it's still him. You can't miss that head. Ball going forward now, and again, Mirilakis up the middle there, the big prop forward. Nice run there. And Palupe taking it, just one hand picking up, taking numbers with him, and can't get a ball away there, Reynolds. Here he is again, Mirilakis.
Just had a score come through courtesy of Lake Macquarie Council, who obviously out at Ernie Callan Oval. It's the Maitland Blacks leading Southern Beaches there 19-7 at halftime.
Oh, there we go. I was close. As here goes Mirilakis.
Yeah, 19-7 to the visitors. So, bit of a turn up there.
What did I say? 25-5.
Indeed.
Gee.
You had the right team. Oh, you had a bob
I said either way, yeah. And Manu taking it forward. Good captain's run here by the inside centre, Manu. Long ball out now. Could be trouble. He gets a hand free. McDean palming. Oh, but ball goes to round, and Hicks can't clean that one up. Neither can Vasa Kikakaku. So it's going to be a Waratah line out.
I think he's ruled a knock on.
He's ruled a knock on, though.
I think John O'Reynolds there just tried to slip that one as he was coming out. The ball went to ground. A bit sloppy. Would have been better off going to ground because when you get down this end against the Hawks, you really need to execute because you know, in most games you don't get many opportunities to mount some pressure in there, deep in their half. So when you get down there, you've got to make the most of it.
So let's see what the Waratahs can do here from this scrum. They started to get the ascendancy in the first half.
So you notice a lot of two blues in the crowd today. Their sponsor SJ's is just over the railway track, so I think they were going there for lunch and then coming here to see obviously the two top teams in the competition, the Wanderers up against the Waratahs next round.
Good to see them out supporting local rugby. They could have put it up on the big screen at SJ's though. Jimmy, listen to us.
Indeed, indeed.
Anyway, Ackersdyke taking the ball forward as the Greens are at the Burwood Inn. Shout out to those guys as Walkling gets the ball into touch. Of course, if you are listening in, don't be ashamed to tweet us in at Bar TV Sports on Twitter. Of course, you can get hold of me at Gareth Wazick, Jimmy at James Gardner 42.
Correct. Wait. Didn't get
or,
much.
Of course, the Newcastle Herald. Is it at Herald Sport? We're also streaming live there too.
NH Sport, I think it is, for Twitter feed. Didn't gain much territory out of that kick, but they've won the line out there. Hamilton, things are just starting to go their way. They're just starting to flex their muscles.
Oh, as you speak there, charge down Jimmy. As Keelan gets the ball out, as Vasa Kikakaku with it. Oh, he's got Sorelli on the outside. Vasagotti with it now. Vasagotti palming off one. He's still going Vasagotti. Vasagotti taken down, though. It's going to be called a knock-on.
He blew his whistle very quickly there. Is he having a chat to someone? Rob Delbo. Someone's down. I think we've got a player down. Looks like fairly
having
severely.
a chat. Could be
I think he got
trouble.
I think he got bumped off in the wake of Big Eric there. He produced the Fijian sidestep, went straight over the top of him, and he's not feeling too good by the look of it.
Looks like it's Metcalf, is it? As we
We'll
go
see
down to the
here.
replay, and boom.
Yeah, Blomley. I'm not sure what
down.
he was doing kicking that ball, but yeah, they've shifted it quickly to the left, and Big Eric, he's just so strong. He went straight over the top of Robson. Manu came across. He couldn't handle him. Vasagotti beats one. I think we'll see it here, will we?
Just a hamstring or
Boom,
something?
no, there it is there. Yeah, I think it's...
It was back. It was the hamstring by Metcalf. He went down before. As we look here. So just here, he clutches at his back of his leg.
Eagle eyes you have, Gareth Wazick. You've watched a lot of video.
I'll tell you what, one of the best analysts you'll get this side of the Wickham train tracks, Jimmy.
Certainly got a sharper eye than I have. I was looking for the big
head
the
clash.
big Fijian sidestep. I thought he went straight
You're
over
all
the top
doom
of
and
him.
gloom, aren't you?
I am,
You're all
indeed,
doom and gloom.
indeed.
So the hamstring as he
So this will force
come from the field.
still
Looks
waiting
like he
for
has
waiting for
on
a
the far
replacement here
side.
from the Tars. Not sure what's in
Oh,
store.
Hayden Peterson's coming down in a helicopter. Kidding.
I think Hayden's away doing an Isogenics presentation somewhere. They could certainly do with Hayden Peterson at this very moment. They're still waiting for a winger to come on.
The front rowers are even getting involved. Get him out here, says Afoa, waving his big hand. Look at him. You wouldn't argue with that, would you? If I was
Not
George
on your
Chidgey,
life.
if I was George Chidgey, I couldn't get anyone, and Afoa was doing that to me, I'd be putting my boots on
looks
myself.
like Tyson Sonari's coming on here, so maybe... No, we've got a bit of miscommunication.
Sidestep.
Communication here from the Tars. Tyson Tanari, he's generally a back rower or second rower. So there's possibly a chance that Brendan Jackson could move from the side of the scrum out to vacant centre position.
All taken off the back by Palupe, and Manu gets a little short ball off him. First time I've seen him pass in this greater NHRU competition. Oh, the ball turned over, so...
Yeah, loose carry there from Toddy McDoon as he rolled over. As they look to counter here, the Hawks.
Yeah, poor ball handling there. Touched, was it? Taken by Ford. Ford gets the ball into Riley, and Riley winds up. He nearly loses his footing, and he's still going Riley, but he's taken down just off that cricket pitch there. And here they go, Palupe. So Mirilakis trying to get those hands off that ball. And here is McDean. Good ball away there. Taking the ball in was Roberts. And here's a Foa not making any yards there, just picking the ball up and forward. Now with a short ball to Lonnie. Lonnie taking the ball in. Vikalani.
We haven't seen much of Joseph Foa to date, have we? We normally see him hitting it up just that little bit wider. He's played nice and tight. Reynolds takes it in again. Not really gaining much ground.
That was
just
McDean that time.
Going sideways.
As a Foa now. Foa winds up, answering your call there, Jimmy. And this is a better run by the big prop forward.
Just looking to go to ground.
And he does just that. Ford now gets the ball out. Sherritt with the kick. Looks like Riley is coming through on it, but nicely done there by Vasakika Kaku. Still going. Look at those big legs. Wind up on the far side. He spills the ball, though. They kick that ball forward. I don't know if it's the angle on this field, but it looked like Riley was about 5 metres in front, and that's giving him a few.
Yeah, it's just at a funny positioning this ground. It's not north-south as such. It's sort of on an angle. You see them on this side, and it looks like they're in your lap and they're scoring tries, whereas the other side seems, the far corner seems metres and metres away.
Yeah, nice kick downfield. The Hawks, again, it's still a bit of an arm wrestle here in the second half, isn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah, you would think that if the Hawks can score again, it might take the wind out of the sails of the Waratah, but they're hanging on at this point. They're really hanging on. They just need that bit of brilliance from them to get back right into this game.
And here they go, Lautai. Oh, no, it was Asai, sorry. Taking the ball into contact.
Turnover
running
here.
wide. Yeah, good turnover there by the Waratahs, but no. Robbed elbow.
Ruled they went off their feet there.
Went off his feet.
Bit harsh in
Maybe.
the wet conditions. Bit hard to stay on your
50-50.
feet. Yeah, John O'Reynolds the one pinged, saying he had to roll away.
And here they go again, the Hawks downfield. As we see there, yeah, a little bit unlucky on the Bar TV replay. But the Hawks will take it any day of the week. As we said, it is Waratah's home ground, today, playing at Hamilton. So good support from the whole competition, really, and that's a good run there by Lautai. A little bit under pressure, but took it well.
Yeah, called a little bit high there. That tackle just
Oh,
slipped
here's
up around his
Pusey.
shoulder as Pusey charges through, carries 3 or 4 with him.
Yeah,
They want
nice
a quick
run.
ball here, the Hawks.
Hermione's out and out the standout today, Pusey. And here they go again. Vasa kicker, Kaku taking the ball forward. Nice run again. Can't get a ball free there to Blomley.
Yeah, just offside here against the Tars. They're really stretched here, just holding on by the skin of their teeth. For mine, the fullback's been the best player on the park for the Hawks. Again, he beat 3 or 4 there. So I'm going to agree to disagree with you again, mate, which is back
It's
to normal.
We can pick it back and forward, Jimmy. We've had 2 agreements today and 24 disagreements. So
Interesting option, though. Chance to go for 3 points and put an 11-point gap on them, but
not confident.
He looks for touch instead.
This could be trouble anyway. It's a good kick, landing 5 metres out as a fly half. That's where you want to be landing them on a penalty. Great opportunity here for a rolling maul. So here we go, long ball into Ackersdyke. That's a better throw there by Lamont as well. And here they go, the Hawks, controlling it nicely as they go up the field, holding their feet well in slippery conditions. But no, they've come over now.
It's a try. Yeah, he got
It
over
is
there.
a try. He's over. Rob Delbo on the spot, casual. The Hawks don't look too excited about it, but they've scored. Looks like it was Silla.
I think it was Sam Nagy's emerged with the ball under his wing, so he's going to claim that one, I think. But yeah, it was just the Tars, they tried to pull that straight to ground, and what the Hawks did well was get the ball back and reset. They reformed and they went again, and it was just little steps. And from there in, the Waratahs were always struggling. We'll have another look at it now, but it could be the one. They just go to the back here, and you see the Tars pull it down straight away, but it was a good shift to the left there. But I think it is Nagy who's got his hands on the ball, and they just keep going. Little steps, their body height's good. You see the Waratahs just trying to wrestle with them up high, but the ball's at the back, and then it's just a case of planting it down, and nothing but leather under his belly there as the ball went to ground, and a very good try.
Yeah, very good forward play. That's what they play for. As he hits that one, and he's got that one, only just so. You can't see on your screens there, but the post's a little bit shorter here at Hawkins and just went over the top. So score 25-10 now. Sherritt, that's a poor restart. Backerich goes for it, though, and they've come up with it. Taken out, though, off his legs, says Rob Delbo. It looks like Palupe may be the worst for wear. And Rob Delbo is going to have a chat, and we look at the replay here for Bar TV. Backerich goes up, and I don't know if there's too much in it. And to be fair, Palupe probably stayed down to stay on the field. Maybe he's clutching at his arm in back play, though. They're going to have a chat to him. He's already had a warning this game, so he may find himself with a bit of time on the sideline here. Now, Rob Delbo says it's all right. Play on. So the Hawks here with another penalty. The Waratahs losing their discipline. Doesn't go out, though. Doesn't find touch. So here's young Chase Hicks. He's good on his feet, and he's broken a couple of tackles. The young winger. Good run there. And here goes Mirilakis. And this is a good run there by the Belgian prop forward. Kick there by Lamont. Referee says play on. Palupe with it now. Yeah, good run there by the big number 8. And here goes Lonnie. Lonnie taking it through, taking it forward. And there goes Afoa with it now. So he's picked up his work rate for sure this second half. Big Afoa. And up the middle goes Palupe. Palupe taken nicely, though, there by Walkling, just defending in the second line of defence. But it's going to be a penalty called by Rob Delbo.
I think it's the 4th straight penalty to do Hamilton, so they certainly get a flood of possession here. Just not particularly happy there, Todd McDean, with that call. It was it's about the 3rd time we've seen Palupe pick the ball up and charge straight through the middle. But that time judged to have been offside.
Yeah, not too sure. I guess offside or maybe obstruction was ruled. Who knows where Rob Delbo's head's at the moment, Jimmy. We love Rob Delbo. Of course, we love all the referees in this greater NHRU competition. They do a great job as the ball now goes out wide. Lautai giving it. Sorelli has it now. Sorelli spins. Sets it up nicely. Good work by the winger. Coach Coleman says he's most improved and just kicked down the field there by Keelan. Just
a little bit too strong out
on the full, though. Not judging this ground real well, are they? Both sides at the moment.
Yeah, certainly foreign to both of them, isn't it? I guess the Hawks, well, both of them do, to be fair, play on ovals in their natural homes. Just not this one, which is, as we said, it's not quite north-south. It's at a bit of an angle, which can cause, a few difficulties for those, particularly with the kickers.
So here we go.
Update at Ernie Callan. Beach is on the way back now, 19-12 there.
And here we go. Big Afoa trying to bump some off and not back 10, says Rob Delbo. So now Joel Ford looking to take the tap, does. Oh, they're very, very flat footers. Lonnie takes the ball and he's met by a swarm of Hawks. Good contact there. That's what we like to see. Offside, I think. Lamont, maybe, was it? Or Keelan, I think it was. Similar hairstyles as the ball comes out now, and Riley with it. Riley streaking away. Little chip forward, grubber kick, but too much weight on it. Taken out, maybe.
Yeah, just complaining that he was certainly taken into touch there by Vasakika Kaku, and the touch judges had a little chat to him. I think he's given him the nod. I think we might see this will be a penalty to the Tars.
Yeah, I think he was probably more than likely taken out there, but
he says
he was short of score, I think. But something's going on in the
No, he's
in
saying
the middle
no.
of the field.
He's saying play on. I thought the touch judge certainly, he nodded towards Rob Delbo, obviously nodding that it was okay rather than that it was a little
here
bit of
they
foul
go.
play. Takes the odds, tries to get outside and realises he can't. He just got a hip and shoulder. I don't think you could complain too much about that. I think he was committed.
Yeah, definitely. And Chase Hicks just showing his probably inexperience there. Probably could have come inside there and supported, but chose not to. So Keelan now getting his troops behind him, and that's a good long drop out there. It's taken by Sherritt, his opposite number. Sherritt stepping, dumbing to no one. Don't know what that was, but Mirilakis ends up with it. And he's still going. He's had a wow of a game, Mirilakis. He's really come into his own this second half. And here they go. Oh, he's just lost his feet there, Roberts. And here come the Waratahs. Good phase play by the team in red, but they've lost the ball here. And Lautai comes up with it. No, the Tars come back up with it, and Sherritt gets it out to Manu. Manu, long ball now.
Robson it is.
Robson. Nice ball, and here they go.
It's Reynolds.
Now Reynolds, good run by him. He's been fairly solid. Ugly looking tackle though. Manu getting the ball. And here's a long ball out wide.
Tyson Tanari, the replacement on.
Tanari with the ball. He's on the wing. And here they go. Back to the right. Lonnie with it. Lonnie.
Yeah, isolated there though. We're all over this, the Hawks. But the clean out comes
they've
late.
lost the ball. But no, it's going to be a penalty to the Waratahs here. Don't know about that one either, Jimmy.
Yeah, I just thought he was isolated, but he was on the spot, Rob Delver. That's all you can ask as they
So
go
here
shifted
they
to
go.
the left. Tanari, inches short.
Very, very close to Tanari, and they
Big
go
Josh
again.
Afoa. He's over the line,
Josh
just got to
Afoa,
get
they
down.
can't stop him. The big man, Josh Afoa, goes over, and that's a good front rowers try, Jimmy. That's what we like to see, and that's how we like them scored here at Bar TV.
Just came from pressure, didn't it? On the back of a couple of penalties, they were able to get down into their quarter. Then it became of just recycling possession. They kept their patience, showed good composure. Tyson Tanari was caught just short, and then big Josh Afoa used every bit of his 122 kilo to pick that up and just charge over. Good try. They're back in it now, the Tars.
As we look at the replay, and there he is, Tanari. Tanari goes for it, so boom, big Lonnie, and all of a sudden the momentum has shifted, hasn't it, Jimmy? The score now 25-15, kick to come. Dane Sherritt has taken it back almost 40 metres here, 30 metres at least.
Again, it's the angle of this pitch. It looks really deceptive.
Someone needs to get a protractor or something. They haven't been using their sign cos and tan here, have they, Jimmy?
No, not at all. I think the council worker must have had a day off. He maybe was a bit dusty from the weekend when he marked the pitch out here.
Well, you know what they say about greenkeepers. Yeah, he's hooked that one anyway. Unlucky. So score update over at Beaches. 19-17, kick to come. So 19 also. Maitland again in the lead over at the Southern Beaches new home ground. Alan Davis. Well, that's a nice kick there. Good restart by Keelan. They get the ball back, the Hawks. And here they go, Percy. Oh, Lautai met well by Manu. And Tanari taking the ball on.
Oh. Looks like Josh Afoa's in a bit of trouble here. He's down on the ground.
He is, isn't he? The big man. He hasn't really moved, has he?
Big Willie Sower. So he also made his way onto the pitch. He's the only clean one out there. Won't have any trouble spotting Big Willie.
Again, another Bar TV favourite with Big Willie So.
We've got 15 minutes here. You know what I'd like to see in this 15 minutes? Dane Sherritt run the ball. I've been talking about how he's taken the line on the last 3 times I've seen him, but I haven't seen him do that in this fixture. And with this game seemingly needing Waratah to produce something the last 15 minutes, I want to see him take the line on, particularly once they get down that end, just to put a bit more doubt in the Hawks' defence. He's really winded.
Oh, good tackle there by Manu, and Tanari takes the ball in, so let's see what happens
I think
here.
it actually is. Yeah, it's Tanari that's down.
Yeah, I think it's Tanari.
As opposed to Josh Afoa. Yeah, Tanari takes it up. Good
hit.
shot there from Chris Pusey.
Hit. It looks like he's
maybe
done something.
Certainly winded at the very least. It's not a rib or...
He hasn't really moved though, has he? Big Tanari, yes. Afoa. Both have similar.
Yeah, Afoa's just a little bit more peroxide
Golden.
in the top
Bit
of their
more
head.
golden.
Yep.
One's violet crumble and one's crunchy.
Break, yeah, he's coming off. Looks favouring his right shoulder there. Certainly looks like it's the end of the day for Tyson Tanari.
There we go. So good quick word for our sponsors here. The Greater, of course, the Greater NHRU major sponsor. We've got NIB, Vitek, Tui's and Tulloch providing all the beverages. And, of course, the Newcastle Herald, the home of rugby in Newcastle.
Certainly the home publication of rugby in Newcastle, that's for sure. Although the Maitland Mercury does its bit for certainly the Blacks. Joshy Cullen and the crew up there. And no doubt.
And indeed, Pete Jolly as well's worked up there for a stint. Bar TV Rugby League caller.
And of course, we better not forget the Port Stephens Examiner and the Singleton Argus. Both good, strong local papers. That,
keep buying the papers and keep local publications going.
Otherwise, they won't be here in 6 months or 12 months or 2 years. Everything will be on. Will be on
bloggers that can't spell, Jimmy.
Yeah, or you'll be reading your telephone, your
Twitter,
your telephone, your iPhone. As we see here Dane Sherritt puts boot to ball at the end of the corner. Good kick. Just needs to roll into touchdown. They need to put some pressure on here. The Tars. They need to lift. They need to put some pressure on the line out.
Yes.
Give Jason Keelan as little time as possible.
There's 2 tries in it, 10 points in it here, 25-10. What do you do, Jimmy? Do you just all-out attack? Or do you
No, you have still plenty of time. You just got to be patient. What you can't afford is to let it.
Pressure there, though. Sorry, and the Walkling comes over and Afoa. Sorry to cut you off there, Jimmy. I thought there was something on. My mistake. Keelan, oh, that's a poor kick. Didn't need to kick it right down Riley's throat. Could be a chance here for the fullback to counter-attack. And I'll tell you what, Willie So has come up with an absolute special here. And that is why he's on the field. And that is the hit of the year, Jimmy Gardner.
Absolutely monstered him. Gave every bit of his 136 kilo that he's carrying. Hit him in one foul swoop.
136. I'm saying 146. He's not what he was last year. And Willie So, that is the stuff that wins matches, Jimmy.
It does. It certainly lifts the team, doesn't it, when they see that. The rest of the forward pack tend to lift after that. And we're going back to that, going back to the state of the game. And while Waratah have to test their arm a little bit, there's no doubt about that. The thing they can't do is concede another try here. Defensively, they have to be really spot on. They have to communicate. This is a nice little platform for the Hawks to launch something from. They need to keep their line intact here. As we see this, just stepped back into him, didn't he?
Ball and all, I tell you.
Should have taken the option of going around.
Frightening.
A little forearm to the melon as he's going to ground just for good measure.
Good work, Willie So.
I doubt Willie So will be happy he's not starting this team. He came across from Southern Beaches where he was in the starting pack, and they did get to a grand final. He's come over here, and all of a sudden he's back playing second grade. And you certainly can't argue with Pete Backerich and what Phoebe Silla had done. So he's got some work to do, and he's shown Scott Coleman that he wants his spot.
I think looking into the bigger picture, he'll be definitely there around semi-final time. He's obviously got a bit to do to work.
They go the short side here, Steve Lamont.
And inside to Backerich, and here's Willie So taking the ball forward.
Yeah,
and we love the big Willie So. He's
got numbers here on the right here, the Hawks.
Vasa Gotti with it. He's got Vasa kicker Kaku. Palms one off. Good scrambling defence there by the Waratah side. And here they go, just setting up. Walkling now, getting the ball out. They're still going up the middle. Here he goes. Gets the ball away to Lamont. Lamont will get there, and that's a good try by the Hamilton Hawks. And that was just through sheer moving the ball around and pressure, Jimmy.
Yeah, it was a great burst from Sam Brown. I thought he had enough in it to get over the line himself, but he was unselfish, looked inside, and has a good breakaway, does. He backs up, and Steve Lamont rewarded for another tireless effort. His set play hasn't been good today, but geez, he's done some work in the loose.
Oh, he's been everywhere, hasn't he? That's the only reason he's not getting my man of the match so far is because of his lineouts, but he's been everywhere, the captain.
I think that could be the the straw that broke the camel's
Is
back
he the
for the
captain or
Tars.
is Ackersdyke the captain?
I think Lamont's the captain. Here we have a look at it here. Vasakikakaka just pulled up short. They showed patience. Keelan, nice little ball in behind. Brennan just burst through a hole. Poor defence there from Todd McDoon, and then it was just a case of too strong for Steve Lamont. Miracalis comes across and makes a great attempt to try and hold it up, but not enough.
Yeah, nice work there. Nails it. So Hamilton now extend their lead. 32-15. Waratah now. It's all uphill for the team in red here at Hawkins Oval, Jimmy. As Sherritt bounces that ball on the mud.
Yeah, it looks like being another 5 tries, another bonus point, and the Hamilton Hawks just continue their way at the top of the competition.
Oh, and Lamont cleans up that one. Marley the Sewers on the field. The 46-year-old. The 46-year young as Vasagotti takes the ball up. Assai, good cleaning up there by the number 7. You know he's had a good game because you can't see the number on the back. And Keelan getting the ball down.
Yeah, they've really got to test their arm now here.
Riley
the
now.
Tars.
Riley's going to test his arm, as you said, Jimmy, and he has support. And Palupe gets the ball out to Hicks, and Hicks nearly gets around Lamont, gets it back to Palupe, who's bundled out by Walkling, the smaller of the two, and gets the ball in quickly, but Delbo says no.
Yeah, he's another one that's underrated. Ivan Walkling, he gets through a power of work every week. His service has been good in difficult conditions for halfback.
Yeah, definitely. He's probably form halfback of the competition, who he's got to be with the Hamilton side. Undefeated so far, as we see Palupe. Hicks nearly gets around Lamont. Does well to get the ball back in, and yeah, Walkling just good covering there as Waratah's come up with that one. So here they go. Big Lonnie taking that one in. So not happy.
Just a bit scrappy there.
Not happy, scrappy. What else rhymes with appy? Chappy?
You've probably changed a few nappies in your
I
time.
don't- No, Jimmy.
No, you've got that sorted.
Let's stop right there, mate. If anything, I've soiled a few nappies, Jimmy. As the ball.
I don't want to hear about your antics at after midnight, mate.
As the ball just about to be fed in to this scrum, Joel Ford. Always looks a bit disinterested, doesn't he, Joel Ford? Not saying he's
one
disinterested, but he's
no.
very casual.
Certainly been a real loyal servant to the Tars, hasn't he? I think he's come through their juniors. Him, Jono Reynolds, Frank Roberts, all come through the system, and they do get criticised highly, the Tars, for the amount of players that come from outside the club or outside the area, but there's certainly 3 homegrown products there.
Yes, and here they go. Picked up from the back. Ford, Sherritt. Oh, and you asked him to run and take it to the line, and that's what he tosses up, Jimmy. And here they go now, the Hawks. Lamont calling for it. Gets a ball out to Sorelli. It's a bit of a speculator, but Sorelli does well and takes it back towards his forwards. The sign of a good winger.
There hasn't been much opportunity for him, has there, in the second half?
Oh, Walkling
away.
A little bit of a break, and he's got Vasakikakaka all taken out, though, on the far touchline by Manu. I thought he was going to open up there, Vasakikakaku.
Yeah, in open space, he's very hard to stop. And we mentioned Miraculous early on, but if I think him certainly has been very good for the Tars, and Carl Manu's tried to lift this team as captain. He's certainly been their most potent in attack, and he's done quite a lot of defence too for an inside centre. When I say defence, I'm not talking about inside centre channel. I mean some cover defence. He's got through a power of work.
So another short line out here taken by the Tars, and Ackersdyke gets up again. He's been very good on the defensive line outside of things today, and here it goes. Oh, he's dropped the ball. Lautai it was.
There's no doubt the Tars have missed Dylan Hines, particularly this part of the game and late in the first half. He's certainly one of their fitter players, gets through a heap of work, very strong at the breakdown, great defender, and at the line-out, if they had him in Brendan Jackson, it gives them 2 options rather than, or 3 options, including Todd McDoon, as we see the replay of this. That just slipped out like a piece of soap, that one. Never going to catch it.
Big piece of soap too.
Well, he's very dirty, mate.
Well, that's true. It is quite muddy out there, Jimmy. As we hope the Hawkins Oval has the warm showers here for the guys. Hey.
Well, mate, I'll be in the Newcastle Herald office. I'm not too fast, to be honest with you. It's starting to get very dark, and
Yeah, it is,
I think
isn't
the
it?
temperature's dropped about
Cold.
3 degrees here in the last 5 minutes. As Manu makes a little burst to Chase Hicks. He's
Chase
got outside
Hicks
his
is
man. He's away.
Chase Hicks will score!
I'll tell you what, Tom Blomley showed in the sideline. Took every bit of it, and away he went. He's got some wheels, that kid.
Oh, he's 18 years old, and he plays like a 18-year-old against 13-year-olds. Such is his pace. He opens up, though, didn't he? He had half a sniff, and he's electric. 32-15. 20. And he goes, Manu. Manu gets the ball out, and Hicks.
He said, see you later, Tom Blomley.
Blomley.
Thank you very
Blomley.
much. I'll take that, and I'll raise you 5.
He looked him in the eye too, didn't he? He just said, look, Blomley, you got no chance here. I'm 18, and I'm greased lightning. So here's Sherritt. 3 minutes to go here. He hits it.
Likes it.
And he's hit it nicely. So the score now, Hamilton 32, Waratah 22.
We just got a late score through from Singleton at Rugby Park. They're obviously on the cans up there, a bit tardy with their response, but it's the students up 42-17 with about 10 minutes to go.
Gee. Well, there was a big luncheon up there yesterday, and Singleton do luncheons pretty well.
They do lunches better than anyone.
Greg Ritchie, the guest speaker, I've had a bit of feedback. Couldn't get up there this time, but
Mahatma Coat was
had the
outstanding.
pleasure of performing there, which is always a pleasure.
A little bit scrappy there from the Tars. They really need to, they need a miracle in the last 2 minutes if they're going to get this, but they certainly be looking to get a bonus spot, try and finish within 7 or with 4 tries. They've got 3 tries at present. They need one more for a bonus spot. They probably deserve, given the balance of power. There's no doubt the Hawks have grind their way to this result. It hasn't been their best display. They've done enough. I think it'll be a fair assessment of the way they've played. But, the Tars in patches, particularly once they get Hayden Pedersen back and Dylan Hines back and throw in Junior Polo into the mix, they're going to cause some teams some troubles come the semi-final. There's no doubts about that. They'll test Wanderers again next week.
Yeah, definitely. So it's 24-19 as well at Beaches.
Beaches up.
Maitland are up. So they must have heard the calls to pick it up. And here goes Pusey again. Nice run there, and Marty Lasua goes to take the quick tap. Thinks better of it. Keelan's going to go for touch here, so looking to put the knife in and twist it now. Jimmy. This Hawks side. The Hawks are out and out, got to be the competition favourites by, I'd hate to say a country mile, a city mile maybe.
Oh, no doubts. They're certainly not just the way they go about it. If you look at the depth they've got in the club, they could run out virtually 2 first grade outfits, whereas most clubs get they've got probably 20, a squad of 20 first grade players, whereas these guys have got at least 2 sides. You look at this
Here
rolling
they go,
ball.
Percy with it. He gets held up though, unlucky there. Good work by the Hawks. 40 minutes gone on the Bar TV clock. There's a little bit of injury time left to go in this greater NHRU match of the round. Someone's going to get replaced as we look at this maul. It's the best one of the match. They've saved it for last here, the Hawks. Plenty of pace to it. The Waratahs.
Interesting
nothing much to
that
do.
Tom Bomley's gone off, and this time it looks like Artie Economou's come on. So maybe he's arrived late, or I'm not sure what the story is there. But interesting that with a minute to go, you'd replace the winger with a winger.
Just getting his grade games up, maybe.
That was a tactic of yours, Gareth, was it?
Yeah, just hanging by. Starting out in 4th grade and just Staying on the bench for the rest of the day, just put my hand up.
Well, I noticed Chris Needer played third grade last week and played the last 10 minutes
Daniel
of first.
Needer, yeah.
Daniel Needer, sorry, played the last.
I hope Chris needed it. If
that's-
she's watching, we love you,
that's
Chris.
true. Played the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes even of the Meriwether game. So who knows what can happen.
Here they go, Sorelli with the ball. Chucks it out to Economou. And Economou, nothing doing there. Sliding well the Waratahs as the ball again comes out. Keelan with it, dancing. He's won the battle today, Jimmy, as Marty Lasua.
Certainly won the battle for control, hasn't he? He really has steered him around well. Not that Sherritt's been bad by any stretch, but...
Good short ball there to Lamont. Lamont still going. Who's your man of the match, Jimmy?
I would have said Big Eric, given his first half performance, but he's been a bit quiet since the break. Probably Ivan Walkling for mine.
Ivan Walkling, yes. I'll go with that. We'll agree on that one too, Jimmy.
Beautiful. And Steve Lamont for the one. Or, no, certainly if you 3-2-1, you'd have to throw Carl Manu in there now, who's now just puts the ball on the toe. Brendan Jackson showing great speed for a breakaway, putting some pressure on here. Ooh, knees in the back. The ball goes into touch, though. Yeah, I would go Ivan Walkling the 3. I would go Carl Manu 2. Just ahead of Alan Mirakalis. But one has to go to a Hawks player, and that would definitely be Big Eric.
Yeah, nice one. And I tell you what, the Bar TV match turner for me was Willie So with that big crunching tackle. Waratah looked like they were building to something, and he comes out and pulls off the hit of the year. Oh, up the middle, but Rob Delbo's having none of that. The players are having none of that.
Yeah, foot into the,
and I think
the touch. He's got his flag up there, so
this would be the last play here today at Hawkins Oval in the match of the round. Oh, poor ball off the top by Ackersdyke, and Keelan gets the ball downfield. The ball finds touch. Good touch finder there by Keelan. Delbo says play on.
As the lights come on here at Hawkins Oval in the dying stages, the touch judge has had a look at his watch as well on the far side. How would you describe this performance by the Hawks?
It was a game that they've won not by pleasure, but by force.
Yeah, certainly haven't been as clinical as they have been in the past, particularly that first half. Certainly since the break, they've upped the.
Oh, here goes Mirilakis. He has been strong all game, hasn't he? It's going to be a knock on though.
Yeah, nearly got a steal there, Marty Lasua.
Referee Rob Delbo checks his watch, but play on.
We did have
what are your thoughts on injury time when the score's like this? I guess Waratah can get a bonus point.
Yeah, bonus points. Yeah, you play for 80 minutes for mine, unless there's a horrendous injury or or a team's getting absolutely destroyed. For mine, if it's an 80-minute game and you got to play semis for 80 minutes and you start clocking off early, well then.
Well, 80 minutes is gone now out at Alan Davis, and Maitland have come out in front.
Party poopers
of Southern Beaches. So is it the Maitland of 2010 where they came home with a wet sail and got in the grand final? They certainly got the troops to do it.
Yeah, well, they won 96-0 last week, and I guess the question was always going to be whether they could back it up against good opposition. They've done that today. You look at their forward pack, certainly got the arsenal there, with Josh Gray back in the centres and Josh McCormack at fullback.
Good step by Sherritt. Sorry to cut you off again. He attacked the line that time, that's for sure. And here's Ford now, getting it to Lonnie. Lonnie taking the ball forward, just setting up Ackersdyke. Good defence there, putting him onto his back as they keep going through Roberts. And here's a Foa. He's got through a lot of work in this second half, the big prop forward. But good defence there by Nagy it was. So here he is, Sherritt, dummies, steps, dances, jigs, ball away. But here come the Hawks over the ball, and Willie So picks the ball up again. And he has had an absolute blinder since he's been on. Ivan Walkling does the right thing, kicks the ball out. That is full time here at Hawkins Oval. Hamilton Hawks defeat Waratah in what has been A great top-of-the-table clash here for the Greater NHRU Match of the Round. We'll take a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with you with the man of the match.
At the Greater, we're always on your side. We've got this winning lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact the Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for joining us here at Bar TV. Ivan Walkling, your run-out man of the match here today. Special mention to Willie Sowers, the game breaker. The great NHRU round 8 comes to a close. Be sure to tune in to our other coverage, our delayed broadcasts, bringing you a washed-out weekend of rugby on Bar TV Sports. I'm Gareth Wazick, and we'll see you next time.